saying that sounds simple but disrupts ordinary thinking. Among the most mysterious teachings attributed to Jesus is the statement, "The kingdom of God does not come with observation." At first hearing, the words sound almost simple, but the longer a person sits with them, the stranger they become, because ordinary human perception depends on observation. We trust what can be seen, measured, predicted, tracked, verified externally. So why would Jesus describe the kingdom as something that does not arrive through observation? This is where the teaching becomes profound, because it suggests that what is most real may not always appear first through visible signs, and that immediately challenges how most people search for meaning. The human mind often waits for dramatic proof, a sign, a sudden event, an unmistakable external interruption. But Jesus repeatedly shifts attention away from spectacle and toward hidden emergence. The kingdom is not first introduced as spectacle. It is introduced as seed, as leaven, as hidden treasure, as something present before recognized. And that changes how spiritual perception must function. Because if reality appears before recognition, then seeing depends not only on eyes, but on inner readiness. Why observation alone is limited? Observation is powerful. It builds knowledge. It organizes external life. It allows comparison and certainty. But observation also has limits. A person can observe movement without understanding motive, observe form without understanding meaning, observe behavior without perceiving interior life. The deepest dimensions of existence often resist surface measurement. Love cannot be fully measured externally. Peace cannot be weighed. Conscience cannot be photographed. Awareness itself cannot be captured like an object. Yet these are among the strongest forces shaping human life. This suggests something important. Not everything real appears first through visible evidence. And Jesus uses this exact tension. The kingdom belongs partly to that category. It is not unreal because hidden. It is hidden because it belongs to another mode of recognition. Why people expected visible arrival. Many listeners expected the kingdom as visible intervention, a clear turning point, a dramatic correction of history, a visible order replacing disorder. And this expectation remains understandable, because political kingdoms appear visibly. They announce themselves through territory, power, and visible control. But Jesus repeatedly uses different images: mustard seed, hidden leaven, buried treasure, silent growth. These are not accidental metaphors. Each metaphor contains delay, invisibility, process, and hidden transformation before visible outcome. A seed beneath soil appears inactive, but invisibility does not mean absence. Much is happening beneath what cannot yet be observed. That may be one reason Jesus chose such language, to retrain expectation itself. Why the kingdom appears first in consciousness. If the kingdom does not come through observation alone, then where does recognition begin? It begins inwardly, not because the kingdom is imaginary, but because perception must become capable of receiving what spectacle cannot reveal. A distracted mind misses subtle movement. A divided heart misses quiet meaning. A fearful mind demands certainty before trust, but inward stillness notices differently. This explains why silence repeatedly surrounds deep spiritual moments. Mountains, night prayer, withdrawal, desert solitude. Stillness is not escape. It is perceptual refinement. When noise decreases, subtle reality becomes more visible, not externally louder, internally clearer. Why hidden growth is central to the teaching. Jesus repeatedly chooses organic imagery because organic change resists instant observation. A seed changes invisibly before emergence. Roots form before leaves appear. Transformation begins before proof. Human growth follows similar patterns. A person may appear unchanged externally, while inwardly enormous restructuring has begun. Thought patterns soften. Old reactions weaken. Tension shifts. Patience deepens. Compassion grows quietly. Others may not immediately observe this, Yet inwardly something profound has already started. That is kingdom movement, quiet, often unnoticed, but deeply real. Why spectacle can distract from recognition? The human mind often seeks dramatic signs because spectacle feels convincing. Yet spectacle can distract. A dramatic event may capture attention while leaving inner life unchanged. But hidden truth often works slowly, silently, repeatedly. This is why external excitement and inner awakening are not always identical. A person may witness much, yet understand little. Another may sit quietly and perceive deeply. Observation alone is not enough because attention without depth remains surface level. And surface perception cannot fully grasp hidden movement. Why childlike awareness matters again. This is why Jesus repeatedly links perception to childlike qualities. Children notice without over-controlling interpretation. They receive before categorizing everything. Adults often look through layers of expectation, and expectation filters perception. A person expecting only visible grandeur may miss hidden presence entirely. But childlike openness allows subtle recognition. This does not reject intelligence. It restores receptivity. Why the kingdom is seen through its effects. Though the kingdom may not arrive by observation first, its effects become visible later, just as wind itself remains invisible, but movement in leaves reveals presence. So too inner transformation eventually becomes outward evidence. Speech softens, fear loosens, patience grows, relationships change, responses mature. The kingdom may begin invisibly, but its fruit eventually appears. Thus, invisible beginning does not mean invisible forever. It means origin precedes visible proof. Perhaps this is why Jesus chose these words so carefully, because human beings often search only where eyes already know how to look. But some realities ask more than sight. They ask stillness, tension, patience, interior clarity. The kingdom does not fail to appear. Often, it appears before the observer is ready to recognize it. And perhaps much of spiritual life is learning to perceive what was quietly present all along.